again. Let's do this. So I lose all that time. That's just how, you know, doing like a speedrun of like a collection of games is gonna be. If you have to step away, you lose the time. It is what it is. But you gotta keep moving forward. You don't have a choice. Alright, so Z or X Buster, jump, yeah, dash. It should be good, I think. Wait, did I get the right weapon select? Yeah, we did. Alright, let's keep going, man. X4 is not going to play itself. We're going to be playing as Zero this time. Alright, what are we saying? Should you buy Terraria on Steam and mod the heck out of it? I mean, you could. But yeah, no, man, check out some of those games on Nitro for crack. There's a lot of really good games on there. If you're looking for good and free games, man, you are spoiled for choice, my good sir. You found the website. Nitrome is absolutely it. Oh my goodness. When I was like a young teenager, man, oh my goodness, I played so many games there. It was like, I discovered them on Newgrounds, because they would put their games on there, because, you know, Newgrounds is a portal for Flash games. Or I think it's just games, period, now. I think they support HTML5 and other types of files. So, I don't need that help. But, what was I gonna say? But yeah, nah, I discovered them on Newgrounds and then went to their actual site, and oh my goodness, the sheer volume of games they have that are just top quality. Ridiculous. Who has so many good games? Yeah, geez. You love Terraria, but you only, have it only on Xbox. You know, fair enough, man. It is what it is. I mean, you asked me for free games, so that's what I'm trying to hook you up with. If you want to spend money, that's a completely different story. You do you, man. I love the music in this game. It's so nice. And yo, look, it's Iris! Hey, how you doing, Iris? Hang on, there's a Maverick over there. I gotta go stop him. Nobody else can do it, only me. Ah, she's just my girlfriend that's wounded on the ground. That's not a big deal. She'll be okay. Oh man, I love X4. It's been way too long. Oh, it's so... it just feels nice being here, man. It feels nice playing this game. Love the music, sound effects, everything. And it's so deliciously cheesy, the storyline. I'm in love. Uh-oh, it's Colonel, Iris's brother, the leader of the Repla Force. I'm saying this with this, like, angrier tone, because he's clearly the enemy. He should come in for questioning. What? He won't come in to be questioned, even though I asked without, like, a warrant or anything like that? Well, he's clearly proven himself to be guilty. And in that cutscene I just skipped, the Repla Force themselves do have, like, a meeting, and, like, the general's there, who isn't the colonel, it's a different character. But yeah, the general's like, we do not take kindly to the humans saying that we are going Maverick. We are not Maverick. However, we will now be doing things on our own, which is kind of the definition of Maverick. Yeah, we are now going to be doing... I don't remember exactly what they say, but it's essentially, you know, they're going to be policing themselves, and they feel betrayed by humanity, but they're not saying they're at war with them. But it kind of makes humanity feel, you know, unsettled, and us as Maverick hunters, we're just like, yeah, they're Mavericks now, but they're not, at least not most of them. This guy chooses to be Maverick. And then I think Split Mushroom is like a pure Maverick, like he's infected with the virus. But the others are just like misunderstood people. Or robots. Or Reploids, excuse me. Ah, that was so... how dare I call a Reploid a robot? I'm pretty sure that's... does that count as racism? Can you be racist to a Reploid? I was gonna say robot again, but I think that's racist. So... ouch. I don't want to be racist. Not to the Reploids. Or to anyone. Racist is bad. Super Sin Slayer says a lot of this conflict could have been avoided if they talked it out. Yes, this is absolutely true. Unfortunately, with the way the dialogue is, like, it's pretty dumb how everything transpires. But I like the idea. The idea for this game, I think, is incredibly solid and a really good take for this series. It just wasn't executed very well. IMO. Oh my goodness, this jump is so hard! There we go. 5th try, just as good as the first. Why are you gonna be so big, dude? Let's try not to take damage here. I really need the help. And don't jump out of the robot. Ah, I took damage. Feels bad. I'll only get hit once. It's not the end of the world. And yeah, WarJ is saying, hey Super, how you doing, WarJ? Are you talking about X4? If so, the story is definitely not the strongest, but I feel like they nailed it in terms of gameplay. I absolutely agree with you. I think X4 is one of the best Mega Man X games. Like, obviously, you know, for me it goes X2, then X1, then X4, but yeah, X4, 3rd best X game. X3, you know, as much as I like X2 and X1, X3 definitely takes a backseat to X4. X4 is way better than X5 in terms of, you know, gameplay, the way the stages are constructed, the boss fights, like, just everything, really. And yeah, let's not get started on X6. X6 is garbage, if you ask me. I think that game's really done. And then X7's even worse, and then X8's reasonable. X8's reasonable, but X4, oh. Because it's like, when I play X1 and X2, I'm having so much fun, and I'm being challenged, like, the whole way through. And then X3 is, oh, yo, Dim Speedruns with the bit saying, way to steal my stream title? Oh, did I? I didn't realize, but yo, how you doing, man? But yeah, nah, X4, it's just so much pure fun. I have so much, like, this is obviously incredibly subjective, but I just have so much pure fun with this game, man. Like, yeah, it is challenging. I don't think it's as hard as X1 or X2 or X3. But, like, going from X3 to X4, oh my goodness. Like, the fun factor is just so much higher in X4. Because, like, in X3, there's... Like, it's just so punishing. X3 is such a punishing game. Plus, you can lose inputs in it, so just design-wise, it's kind of dropped the ball a little bit there because of the lost inputs. But you don't lose inputs in X4. Not really. Like, not that I can think of. It's a very, very well-made game in that aspect. Like, yeah, the mechanics are different from, like, X1 through 3, but that doesn't make it bad. And it obviously functions on a higher note than X3 does. And, like, the only thing I would say level design-wise that I'm not, like, in love with X4 is, like, how big everything is. So it makes some of the platforming a bit monotonous in comparison to how dynamic X1 through X3 is. But it's still overall really good, I think, especially compared to X5. X5 really dropped the ball in terms of level design, in my opinion. WarJ says, I'm not the biggest fan of X3. Most of the game was actually outsourced by a different company than Capcom, and it shows in some odd design choices. I agree. Like, I like X3, I really do, but I like X4 so much more than I like X3. X4 is just a much better game. I didn't know that it was outsourced. That makes sense, though. I just always thought the reason, geez, the game lost so many frames and stuff was just due to the fact, Twitch bits leaving alone. But yeah, I figured it was just because the game had so much stuff in it, and they were pushing the Super Nintendo. Hurry up, don't debrief. No, the dash. No, I was right there. No, I have to redo the level where it's not 100% speedrun, and I made it through the first area, so I have to game over. Gosh darn it, it's that or revisit the level. Either way, I've lost all the time. And I have 3 lives? No, I think it'd be faster to revisit the level than to die this many times. Gosh darn it, Twitch bits, this is all your fault. I just got my dash. Jeez. That just goes to show, I'm definitely rusty. You know, I haven't played this game, or any of the X games, really, in a while. It is what it is. Don't mind my souls. How am I doing? I'm doing really good, man. Like, I'm so happy to be streaming again. It's been way too long. I had to go quite a while without streaming, unfortunately, because of my computer breaking. But it's functioning right now. Like, I did a lot of things to try to fix it, so my computer's in a lot better shape. But none of those things actually fixed it. It was like knocking on the like cooler, the radiator, just like tapping it, suddenly made it start working. I didn't even know it was broken, because like according to like all of the stats I have, like through applications on my computer, it said everything was fine. But it was not. So that was interesting. And Warj says, what are your thoughts on Mega Man X8? The game always seems to get a middle ground. Oh, I faced the wrong direction there. X8 I think is a solid game. I think it is definitely solid. Like, it still has the same problem that X4 and X5 and X6 have. I think X5 and X6 had it worse than X4 does. X4 is not as bad. Where just platforms are really, really big. And because of how big the platforms are, there's less dynamic platforming. And but X5 and X6, like, they really, oh my goodness. And then X8 has that same problem, but it's also worse in an aspect because of just how big the models for the player characters are. And they didn't really change the camera perspective to fix that. Like X and Zero and Axel, or wait, no, that's X7. I'm trying to think of, oh no, that is X8 as well, that's right, Axel's in X8 as well. Yeah, they're just so big. They take up so much of the screen. Like, they take up like a third of the screen practically. And so any level with any real verticality to it, if they put spikes anywhere, it's just not fair. And yo, Dim Speedruns just subscribed with Twitch Prime. Oh snap, 3 months in a row. Return to stream hype. Glad you're back, man. You see her. Thanks, man. I really, really, really appreciate that. It is so nice of you, man. Thank you. So, yeah, the level design suffers just because of how big the characters are. Because, like, you'll just go down a teensy tiny bit, bam, there's spikes there. That you couldn't see because the camera just doesn't work really well with how big the character is. I forgot to hit split. And then, what was I gonna say? Speaking of split mushroom. But yeah, no, aside from that, like, again, I think the level design's kind of bad. But it's, there's still, it's dynamic, you know, there's a lot of things going on. I think the boss fights, they're not the best in the series, but like, they're not super bad. I think the level design is still way better than X6 and X7. There's a lot of things that they're trying, you know, it's very experimental, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing. So overall, I would say X8 is one of the better X games. It's not as good as like X1, 2, or 4, but... Yo, Dim Speedrun's awesome with the 100 bits! Say no problem, have to stay, you know what? Let's give you another award. Yo, nah, I appreciate it. But yeah, no, man, look, X8, it's legit, it's a good game. It's a good game. But like, honestly, and I know this is gonna sound really bad, but I would say Mighty Number 9 is a better game than, X8. Because, like, X8 does suffer from some of the same problems. It also has spikes in random places that are going to kill you because you can't see them, and other instances that are incredibly similar to that without being spikes themselves. But yeah, you know, essentially just death traps. But, the overall level design in Mighty Number 9 is far more dynamic than X8 is, and it has a better camera perspective to, like, you know, avatar size and platforming size. It's like, just the size of platforms really impacts how you tackle a level. Wardy says, yesterday someone on YouTube had uploaded this final boss in Mega Man 11. Stayed away from the video, but later on the person's channel was gone. Yo, that's awesome! Maybe people should actually wait until the game is released before uploading major spoilers? Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, maybe that feels mean to say, like, hooray for someone losing their YouTube channel, but I hate spoilers, I really do. And, you know, if the game's not even out yet, you know, like, where, like, journalists and stuff can't post their reviews and things because of, like, embargoes, and someone's gonna get the game early from, like, a mom-and-pop store that's breaking, the Street release date, I don't feel any mercy or sympathy for that person. I really don't. And Warjay says, I still wonder how they even got their hands on the full game. Oh, they probably just bought it at some random game store. A lot of game stores do that. That aren't like, you know, Target and Walmart generally don't do that. But like, it does happen, but it's pretty rare. But like a place that's like, say, I don't know, that game store. If it's just a store with some random general name, it's just some local dude that has a store and he sells games. A lot of these people do break street dates, and it usually doesn't impact them unless it's like a really big game. Like I've seen stores do that with like Super Smash Brothers and Mario Kart, and they've been sued. But a lot of other stores do that because they just don't think about it, they don't take it very seriously. And they usually don't see repercussions. It really just depends. Like, in fact, the only people I've seen sued have been people that have done early street dates for Nintendo games. I've never seen it for other games. That's probably why they do it. You don't realize. I will grab that health. You know, I know it's a lot of fun. You know, and that's a very big meme to say how garbage Mighty No. 9 is. And I will agree that its aesthetic is terrible, that the marketing was hot garbage, the way they handled their Kickstarter was a disaster. And again, it doesn't even function on certain platforms. But on PC, with all that aside, I know that's a lot to put aside. But yeah, on PC, like, you know, if you just play the game for what it is actually... It is a decent and fun game, IMO. Though Mighty Gun Volt Burst is way better. I don't know if you've ever played that. Oh, I'm gonna die, I don't wanna die, and I'm dead. Yeah, I don't know if you've ever played Mighty Gun Volt Burst, but my goodness is that game good. Because it takes the same characters, you know, you have the Mighty Numbers from Mighty No. 9. You have Beck. You also have Gunvolt from Azure Striker Gunvolt, which is made by Inti Creates, the same people that made the Mega Man 0 games, Mega Man 9 and 10. But yeah, they made Mighty Gunvolt Burst, and it takes all these same concepts and just executes on them so much better. The aesthetic's way better. It's like a quasi 8-bit kind of thing. Like, it's obviously the animation, the colors, the palette. The properties of the game are obviously higher than 8-bit, but it has that kind of aesthetic. Oh, oops, I'm in the wrong one. And then, yeah, the levels. Oh my goodness, the levels are so good. The boss fights are so good. The platforming, like, the different gimmicks that they have in the levels. Mighty Gunvolt Burst, in my opinion, is, like, the best Mega Man game that's come out in a while. And it's not even Mega Man. But I'm hoping Mega Man 11 does, you know, comes out even better than Mighty Gunvolt Burst did. But yeah, Mighty Gunvolt Burst, if you have not played it, in my opinion, is one of the best Mega Man games that has come out in years. To be fair, we don't have a lot of those. We really don't. Beggars can't be choosers. Yo, Sonic Colors? That's a good choice. I'm down to play some Sonic Colors. Nurse says, never forget that the physical reward backers got a do-it-yourself cardboard box. The game manual too big to fit in the box. Yep, yeah, they did. They really did. I was going to back that Kickstarter, I really was, but I ended up not doing it. Had a lot of internet problems in Australia, so I just never got around to it. But it's a good thing I didn't. I did end up getting the game later down the line, and I do enjoy it. But, oh, I missed the heart. Gosh darn it. Oh, speaking of which, I never went back to do Cyber Peacock's thing, too. Oops, I gotta go get that, I forgot, or it's not 100% run. You don't get anything extra for it being 100%, but I just want it to be official. I mean, actually, technically, I don't have to do that. This isn't any percent X4 run, or Legacy Collection run. I just do 100% because it's what I'm used to. Yeah, I'll skip that one thing. I don't need it. Or do I? Chat, you decide. It's like, technically this is an any percent Legacy Collection. But last time I did this, I did 100% for X1, X3, and X4. The only game that I didn't do 100% for was X2. I never do 100% in X2. It's not a good speedrun in my opinion. Should I go get the thing that I missed in Cyber Peacock stage or no? And Dim says, I was so upset I barely missed September, then realized I had a Twitch Prime sub. Yo, perfect. Yo, Twitch Prime OP, man. Yo, and I appreciate it, dude. I really do. Control says, also Twitch is hating me again, so I'm gonna drop out for the night. You have fun, Binks. Glad you're back again, and you've been missed. Also, night chat and get good, Binks. Stop dying. I will stop dying. Don't you worry. I got this. You should go back if you don't like comparing wrong times. This is true. I don't like comparing wrong times. And you just want me to do extra stuff. Play X7 twice to make up for it? I don't want to play X7! X7's a dumb, stupid game. I don't like that game at all. Oh, it's so bad. Ugh, I could go on forever about how bad that game is. I swear, man. I could make a better game than X7, easily. Yo, Controllers is gifting 5 Tier 1 subs to the channel again. Oh snap, do we even have that many people? Apparently. Yo, we got Warjay, Grand Medusa, Mr. Jeeves, Joel Rowe, and Christopher Fritz. Oh snap! Yo, man. That is intense, yo. So yeah, that music is gonna play for a while. But yo, Controllers, thank you so much. Yo, with the $25 in gift subs, again, making that $50 a day just in gift subs. Another $25 just in like a pure PayPal donation. That's $75 right there. And didn't I say $75 earlier? So what, is that altogether $100? Have you donated $100 to my stream today? That's a lot, Controllers. I know, it has been a while. It has been a while since I've streamed. I didn't stream at all last week. Had to before you leave? You're in a good mood? Yo, no, man. I appreciate it. Yo, Wargame saying thanks for the sub. 10 subs? Yeah, that's just 10 subs, man. Just 10 subs. Just tossing them out. It's like, yeah, I see September's about to run out. Better give everybody these subs. Alright, get out of here, Colonel. Nobody... Oh, and I forgot to hit split for Stingray. And Control says, also, I apparently made a wish on a monkey's paw, so I think it's hilarious. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna go get the thing I'm missing, Cyber Peacock stage. I mean, Control said to do it, and then did 5 subs, so that means I have to, right? Now if only Twitch Prime thing, or not Twitch Prime, Twitch subs were on this stage. We have the Twitch bits. They're right. Let's see. Yeah, they're throughout this level. Wait, no. Go ahead, D-rank. Because that actually makes it faster. If I'm, if I was that slow getting there, I might as well wait it out because that skips a whole area and moves me to this part faster. Oh wait, I broke it? I can break them now? I didn't know I could break them. Alright. Yeah, now we got those S ranks. Vex says, who needs friends with fine answers like Controllers? I know, right? And Trombone says, yo, guess what? I got my sub 2 red run, and then beat it 4 hours later with a time that puts me in the top 100. Yo, that's awesome, man. Congratulations. Yo, what's your time in red? Are we talking about any percent glitchless? I assume you are. Yeah, either way, that is super awesome. Congrats, dude. Yo, out of my way, Twitch bits and eyeballs. I got no time for you. Yo, 5808. Yo, that is a legit time, man. 15808. Let's go. Alright, we got the E-Tank. We can leave. I can't believe I messed that up before. And apparently start isn't the right button. B. Okie dokie. Alright, let's go do Spider. Plus 25 to Messenger? Yo, perfect. And Dim Speedrun saying I'm gonna speedrun Mega Man 11 when it comes out. Yo, do it, man. I'll be playing Mega Man 11 too. I mean, I have to beat it first. I'll probably try out some of the other difficulties, modes if it has any, unlock everything I can find. But after I do all the things, I'll definitely try my hand at speedrunning it for sure. I just probably won't speedrun it day one. I'll run a timer. We'll see how fast I beat the game, but I'll be playing it casual first time through. It'll be a casual run. Not a speedrun, just casual. But we'll get there. I'll be speedrunning Mega Man 11, I promise you. Oh, they were both rejected because you didn't use the most recent version of the emulator? Oh, that is unfortunate. Hey, yo, hold up. Wait, what is that? Super Music U donated $1? What? Super Music U? Where's Super Music U? Is that supposed to be me? Yo, I gotta read that message. Yo, this game can wait 1 second. What is this? What does it say? Yo, because this music is nice too. Yo, this music is amazing, man. Yo, you can't go wrong with the Mega Man X franchise. Yeah, the Mega Man X games, they'll see 1 through 5. Actually, no, I think did 6 have good music? I don't remember. But I know X1 through 5 all has good music. And then the Mega Man Battle Network series has good music. The classics obviously have amazing music, including the newer ones, you know, like 9 and 10. I haven't played Mega Man Powered Up though, I don't know about that one. But I would assume it's like remixes of the good stuff. Yo, Pyro saying yo. How you doing, Pyro? Nice to see you. I exist again. I didn't stream for like 8 days, but I'm back. I'm finally back to kick some tail. That's how it goes in the DK rap, right? X6 has a great soundtrack. As for the level design, yo, dude, there is nothing more like day one level design than what's his name, Commander Yamask or something, the Dragonfly, right? His stage. There's literally a section of his stage that is just like these giant block platforms repeated over and over again. And yo, Dim Speedrun's coming in with all the bits. Yo, some more bits. Yo, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. I got the heart in this stage, right? I go through things so fast on autopilot reading chat. I think I got the heart. I feel like I got the heart. Trombone says, I'm really angry about it because I've been trying for sub 2 for more than 3 months. Ah, geesh. But hey, on the bright side though, on the bright side, Trombone, you have the skill that it takes to do that because you've done it already. So you can only do better. Like just, you know, if you do it again on the right emulator, like it's not going to take you another 3 months to do it. Not at all. You got this, man. Commander Yamark. Yeah, that's his name. Yo, J-Globes with the 7 bits. Thank you very much. I appreciate it profusely. Way too nice. Yep. Controllers is playing the Messenger. I can see it all now on Steam. Dude, you gotta play the Messenger, man. That's a good game. Which he just bought for me today. Oh my goodness, he's way too nice. I gotta play that. I gotta play the Messenger. It looks like my cup of tea. I mean, obviously you can tell, I'm pretty into like action 2D platformers. I love retro-inspired stuff. You know, Mega Man 11, I'm gonna be playing that. The Messenger, like, yeah, it's got that whole 8-bit, 16-bit thing going on. But again, it's also like that quasi 8-bit, like Mighty Gun Volt Burst does. Because, like, yeah, it definitely captures the style of, you know, the NES, but the animation is, like, there's way too many frames in animation for it to be properly, like, an 8-bit system. It's not one for one. And then, there's, like, too many colors. Oh, snap, yo, hold up! Yo, Pyro with the 200 bits! Yo, with the doodly cheers saying Threads of Fate. Oh, yeah, dude, Threads of Fate's a really fun game. Yeah, that's a PS1 game that I never played growing up. And oh my goodness, PS1 just has so many gems, dude. Because I'd never heard of Threads of Fate. And I played one of the story modes because Pyro, he donated for it and suggested it to me. I played, what was her name? Mint? I think I did Mint's playthrough? I want to say her name was Mint. And oh my goodness, the personality, like out of every game I've played today, like, you know, counting PS4 games, like everything coming out in 2018, the most realistic character arc I've ever seen in a game comes from Threads of Fate PS1. Which, yeah, I played for the first time this year, I believe. And yeah, it's a PS1 game, it's crazy, man. But yeah, there's a second story I haven't played. And yo, Bean Jr. popping in. Also with the subscription, 15 months in a row, 15! That's a real long time. Yo. Thank you so much. Saying, hey Vinks, nice to see you streaming again. I hope that $100 helped you fix your computer problem. I don't know what $100 you're talking about. If you're talking about the $100 that Controlis donated today, that man is crazy. But you know, like the computer's already fixed, so I didn't need him to do all of that. But I appreciate it profusely, absolutely. You will never see, you know, someone donating $100 to me via, you know, oh, I thought he was dead. Gosh darn it. I looked away too soon. But yeah, through subscriptions, direct donations, and all that. Nah, man, that's way too nice. I'll never be like, oh man, someone donated $100, how lame. No, not quite. Thank you so much. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Anyone that donates, be it like, you know, 1 bit or 100 bits, either way, man. Anybody that wants to donate, that is just so nice, right? Because like, it feels good. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this. Like, it doesn't have to be like with just Twitch, right? Like, it can be anything. Like, say you created something. Like, I don't know if you did like a lemonade stand. It could be something as simple as that. But when you create something and then someone buys that and it's like, this is what I did, and they liked what I did and they want to give me money for that, it's such a good feeling. And yo, Jade loves with the 1 bit. Yo, I appreciate it, man. And yo, Legend's in here. Saying forever ignored. I'm sorry I didn't see you. I got so distracted. Everybody keeps throwing money at me. It's very distracting. How dare they? But no. Thank you so much. Just don't donate salt. And yo, 100 bits. Thank you, J Globes. No, man. I appreciate all donations but salt. Someone literally sent me salt, man. I don't like that. I don't want salt. Yo, Legend with the 1 bit, does this help you notice me? I noticed you before the bit, Legend. I got there, it just took me some time, I'm sorry. I'm speedrunning and trying to read chat at the same time, it's difficult. But Bean Jr. says, I'm in the process of moving to a new setup in my room, so things are a little crazy right now. I'm without a TV for the moment, so no Switch for me. And yo, Jago, the 20 salty bits. Yo, the memes are real. Yo, thank you, J-Globes, and yo, Bean Jr., man, I hope that new setup works out for you. Gotta get that Switch back in there, man. Do some more Super Mario Odyssey speedruns. Yeah, you're still doing that, right? Yo, Pyro with the 1 salty bit. Gotta have the salt. Oh, no, you have to jump over that. I didn't jump. Ah, he did the flash kick. Is the flash kick guaranteed after the double slash? I kind of felt like he was going to do it, but I wasn't sure. Oh, character arc in which game? I was talking about Threads of Fate, which isn't Mega Man. I'm sorry about that, but yeah. Threads of Fate, out of like any game I've ever played, is the best character arc I've ever seen, because it's realistic, right? Because like you'll have characters that have these arcs, right, where they go from being like the innocent character to like knowing about the world now. So like they get it that it's not just all, you know, roses or whatever, or maybe they're, you know, becoming a better individual. But like in so many games, it's just like this black and white thing. Like that's just how they are now. So I may have gotten bodied very hard. I'm a little rusty, but we will run that back. Yeah, in so many games and so many character arcs, like they're not the innocent person anymore, so they become like really broody or something, or even if they are still really like hearted, it's just like, I don't know, you can't, it doesn't feel natural, right? Because like either they're still doing too much of the stuff they were already doing before without any real notable change, and it's really just words where they're saying they've changed, or it's like they are just so completely different. It's like, how do you change how you are in 1 week? That's not realistic. versus Mint in Threads of Fate, right? Because, like, yeah, she becomes a better person, and, you know, she treats people better, she becomes less greedy, but she still, like, holds on to who she is. She still presents herself in a very selfish way, in a very, like, you know, greedy way, but you can see it through her actions and through the way she phrases things. Because she'll still be really greedy, very selfish, very self-absorbed, but, like, it'll be more in a, like, I have to, you know, it feels like more of a, like, I have to present myself this way, or they'll make fun of me, you know? It's like, she feels like she still has to, you know, do this, even though she knows better. And it's more realistic, because it's like, people don't just change like that overnight. You don't go from being this greedy person, or selfish, or self-absorbed person, and just change to being so open and caring in 1 week. And she is still self-absorbed, like, at the end of it. But she has more of an open eye. And your take goes with the BRB bit. I appreciate it. Uh-oh. Alright, come on, Vince. Gotta do this fight. I know you like reading all the chat, because chat engagement and interaction is very important to you. But imagine, put it to the side for just a couple of seconds, chat will understand. Because they know you want to beat this guy and not lose all the time in the world. You won't do that again. Did you see that? He had no HP. Bean Jr. says, well, we've been playing Mario Tennis. That's cool. And kind of like Zuko. Oh my goodness. Like that is such a good arc. But what makes that one more realistic is it's a very long span of time. And again, it doesn't happen like it's not like an on-off switch. Like, even when, you know, he was becoming, you know, more down to earth or whatever, he was still doing some, like, really, like, ridiculous stuff. He was making his mistakes. But yeah, no, Zuko out of any media, be it video game, movie, TV show, book, whatever, from my experiences, Zuko in Avatar is the best character arc I've ever seen. But in video games, it's Mint. Though, again, you know, it's tough, but, like, the storytelling bar is a lot lower in video games. And, like, it's not like video games can't tell good stories. Because there's a lot of games out there that do tell really good stories with very interesting characters. But to do a character arc right, you know, and, like, to convey the passage of time, and, you know, to show the realisticness of this character change, you know, that's tough to do, especially when it's in a video game form. But yeah, no, I think Threads of Fate did that really well. Let's see, you felt like Celeste had a pretty good character arc? Oh yeah, she does. She does. It's pretty legit. But, I would say it still takes a backseat to Mint and Threads of Fate. Not saying that it's bad, it's definitely not. Celeste was very legit. Really good game as well. Very, very good. I like Celeste a lot. But yeah, no, Threads of Fate. It's too good, man. Definitely a game you should try out if you enjoy PS1 games in any way, shape, or form. But if, like, you know, old school, like, polygons, like, really puts you off, then yeah, maybe not. Because it has, you know, aged as far as its graphics go. But, you know, the game was made with that in mind, so it's not as bad as some other game on PS1. Alright, I'll take that. This is a 100% speedrun, so I do have to grab all the things. That item's effectively useless, but it's part of the run, so we grab it. It's not like Mega Man 02, where I have to fight, like, you know, 3 optional boss fights in random places, randomly distributed between stages, literally randomly. It's literally RNG. It can cost, you know, various amounts of time. Yeah, that's why I don't do 100% X2, because of how dumb the 0 parts are. But yeah, that item's, it's just on the way. It's not that big a deal. Yeah, I am messing up this fight kinda hard. There we go. That was a clean slash. Legend says, yeah, that happens over several generations. That one Chrono Trigger side quest where you have to buy a 10,000 piece of bacon. Yo, man. I do love me some Chrono Trigger, but as far as, like, you know, story goes. It was strong for its time, but I wouldn't say it quite stands out compared to a lot of other games. Not so much. Yeah, PS1 has some very, very strong titles. Yo, man. They were not kidding around back then, man. When they said next generation, they meant it. Yeah, PS1, like, games to, like, say, yeah, going from, like, Super Nintendo, I mean. Going from Super Nintendo to PS1, such a big jump. PS1 to PS2 was definitely big, but, like, some of the, like, really adventurous things, I feel like a lot of those ideas, there was so much innovation coming from, like, that era for, like, a multifarious reasons. So, like, some of the innovation wasn't quite as big, and then, like, there's diminishing returns, man. The innovation really died down going from PS2 to PS3. I mean, obviously, graphics are way better, and there are definitely new ideas. But, yo, the indie scene, man, that's helped out so much. So good. Bringing true innovation back. Pyro says, Ryu won't be quite as good character-wise. I mean, you saw him, he's got some good lines, but the development isn't quite as good as Mint's for sure. The gameplay, though. And also jerky, it was expensive jerky. Yeah, nah, I hear you. I mean, that's to be fair. You know, that's also the thing, right? To have a strong character arc, your character needs to have problems, they need to have flaws. And not all protagonists do. Like, take, Aang, you know, also from Avatar. Like, yeah, he has a character arc. He has problems and stuff. But it's not quite as big as Zuko, you know? It can't be, because Zuko was so flawed. So to come back from that is always going to stand out in such a broader way, even though it's the exact same, you know, media, it's the exact same storytellers. It's the same show. But yeah, his arc can't be as big. It's impossible. You love the music in this area? Yo, man, X4 is just made out of good music. It really is. Alright, so that was Walrus. The Adventure of Link had a great character arc. Kappa? I've never completed, oh wait, no, The Adventure of Link, that's Zelda 2, right? Yeah, I played Zelda 2. I don't think that had any characterization at all. But that's probably why the Kappa's there. Legend says, I remembered that after I sent the message, but close enough. And Super Sense later saying, Tyson and I finished up, so now I can watch this stream. Yo, no worries, man. No, I still appreciate the support, man. Some people, man, like, you know, they'll run off. They're like, I can't quite watch the stream anymore. But they'll still keep the stream open. I still get the view. I appreciate it. Some people, you know, they kind of, you know, maybe their computers are a little weak or, you know, they just can't really spend the resources for whatever reason. That's cool too, man. If you came by while you could, thank you. I appreciate it. You know? I don't expect people to be going the extra mile for me. But those that do, man, thank you. Alright, come on, Vix. I've taken so much damage. I don't remember the proper way to do everything here, so I'm just trying to go through as fast as I can. Alright, that's area 1. And we got the heart tank. That's really good. We did that pretty well. You know, I think we're actually gonna finish X4 at a pretty decent time, man. Wait, I was really worried because of how rested I am, but like, yeah, doing all X1 through X4, you know? Like, yeah, we're gonna be like, you know, probably about 20 minutes behind, but that's 4 hours, 20 minutes. It's not that bad at all. That means I'm gonna have like 40 minutes of stream time left. What should I do? I mean, I could do X5, but like, oh my goodness, X5, that'll go super late. I can't beat X5 in like 40 minutes. X5 is such a tough game, man. 'Cause it's not like the design itself is so much more challenging. It just so happens the way the speedrun is. Some of this stuff's really dumb. I mean, I could do an 80% like all stages run, but that's not a very fun run in my opinion. It's pretty lame, IMO. What are you doing, guy? Okay, he did swoop down, he just took forever. Come on, swoop on in. Yeah, there it is. Play ZX? I don't think I can beat ZX in 40 minutes either. I also don't have ZX right now, so I couldn't play it. Even if I wanted to. Oh, don't do all that. Plus 6 minutes on this game. Look, it's a decent time for being rusty, you know? I haven't streamed in like 8 days. I haven't played the X games in a little bit. We were playing a lot of different games. What was I playing? Like before the hiatus when my computer broke. We were playing Pokemon Red Generations? Fire Red Generations? It's some sort of like what do you call it? It's some sort of ROM hack or whatever. We were doing what else? I don't know, we were doing a lot of things, but I just can't remember off the top of my head. Mega Man Zero, we did play not too long ago, like 01, 02, 03, 04. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed playing through the whole Zero series. Actually, no, it was just 02 through 4, because I had done 01 earlier. So I could really use some HP. This fight's a little bit difficult. Oh yeah, and by the way, story-wise, for those of you keeping up with the story in this game, Iris was telling me not to go here to fight her brother, because the Repla Force's shuttle is here, and we think they're building some sort of super weapon, and we think they're going to destroy all of humanity. We don't want them to do that. So yeah, no, I'm coming here to stop him, or you know, at least get on this shuttle myself, go up there. And yeah, Iris is like, don't do it! Because, you know, I'd have to fight her brother, and, you know, it's her brother. It's understandable. Because, yeah, it's really weird, you know, because Iris is my girlfriend. She's a Maverick Hunter like I am, but her brother's a member of the Repla Force, the Reploid Army, pretty much. It's like, I'm pretty much a police officer. He's pretty much the Army. But, yeah, we think the Army might be Mavericks. So, you know, that makes them have to go to jail like everybody else. But it is pretty tough, you know, because it's not really like a, there's no court case, you know, there's no evidence or any of that. We just kind of accuse them of being Mavericks because it seemed like a couple of lines were there, but we have no proof. We just kind of accused them of all being Mavericks, and then we started, you know, destroying all of them. And yeah, now he's dead. Iris might be a little bit upset about that. But nah, she'll be fine. Sure, she's missing. She's suddenly gone, but just, you know, she's probably just taking a sick day, that's all. She's fine. The proof is in the pudding? Exactly. I did have chocolate pudding not too long ago, so that's all the proof you need right there. They are clearly Mavericks. Clearly. Oh, I'd like that HP, because I was going to take that hit. That's why you never see any of them eating pudding? Yeah, no, man. Uh-oh. What? Iris? No! What is she doing here? I never would have seen this coming despite all the speedruns I've done of this game. And yeah, for the story, you know, she's saying she's sorry. I don't think the dialogue goes into it, but yeah, she's really upset we killed her brother, and she wants to fight for, Reploids, I guess. Well, either way.
I'll do it.
Let's take her down. Yeah, she seems hesitant to do this, but she's still kind of fighting us. I mean, I'm supposed to be her boyfriend, and she's kind of fighting me to the death. I think this is bad for the relationship, if you ask me. Oh, that's not good. Come on, gotta hit the crystal. The giant robot hitting her just knocks her back and summons all those little tiny guys. But yeah, no, man, this cutscene's the best cutscene, so we're gonna let it play. Oh, I forgot to hit the last split too. But yeah, I let this play last time, so we're just gonna let it play again.
Iris! Iris! Hang in there, Iris.
Please, stay away from Reploforce. Let's live together. In a world where only Reploids exist.
Iris, there's no world just for Reploid. It's only a fantasy.
Yes, I know, but I wanted to believe it. I wanted to live in a world where only Reploids exist with you.
Iris! 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 Ah! No, this isn't happening! There's no reason for me to go on. What? What am I fighting for?
Oh, I love that scene so much. It's hilarious, man. I know I shouldn't be smiling, you know, it's supposed to be very sad. But it's just like the way everything's constructed and lined up. It doesn't flow together very well. The theming's kind of all over the place. But it is what it is. But yeah, no, we unfortunately have kind of destroyed our girlfriend Iris. She is gone forever now. Zero's very upset about this because he loved her. Now, what is he fighting for, you know? And yeah, worth noting, in promotional art for like X1 through X4, Zero smiles. He doesn't smile anymore after X4. Not anymore. Split? Oh yeah, I forgot the Iris split. Yeah, it's close enough. Nah, I'll just do that one. Zero should have been the one to fill Iris's dark soul with light. This isn't Kingdom Hearts. I don't think that was gonna work. Oh, I messed up all the buttons. Can you just shoot your hands at me, guy? Just shoot the hands. Bad RNG, feels bad, man. Shoot the hands. There we go. Alright, tank the hit. There we go. It's so weird, I don't know exactly how it works, but yeah, his damage invincibility isn't where it should be, so you just do so much damage when you hit him like that. And then, I don't know, he's gonna be like something about, you know, how this station is a weapon that's gonna destroy all of humanity, and he's like, well, I am a good guy, so you should go stop that. Even though he was just fighting me to stop me a second ago? The story's written really poorly. Like, I love the idea of the story, you know? This game is supposed to tackle the story of, like, you know, are these Mavericks truly evil? You know, these Reploids that aren't doing what they are, like, built to do, just because they have their own ideas that might go against what humanity wants. Does that truly make them evil? You know, to, like, look out for their well-being. But the way it's orchestrated, it's more like everyone's just really dumb, and most of them are Mavericks anyways. Like, yeah, they're just bad and evil. They really didn't present it as well as it could have been. Which is a shame. But I like the idea. I like the concept. Concept's great. It could have been very powerful with the right storytelling. Could have been. Right, there's phase 2, because the leaves are falling from the middle. He's invincible for a little bit. I don't want to be in your dumb web. There we go. Oh, that was a Devil May Cry 1 reference? Oh, okay. But yeah, why can't Iris be rebuilt? I don't know. It's kind of weird, you know, in these Mega Man X games. Apparently, like, what's super important for a Reploid to be able to be built again is to have their, like, I think it's called, like, a DNA core or something like that. They introduced that concept later into the games, I guess, to, like, explain it all. Because it wasn't there originally. But it, like, fits. Because, like, in X2, those Zero parts, like, they are, like, rebuilt, but they are, like, his parts. Like, that is Zero. Like, they used pieces of him to rebuild him, so theoretically, you know, they had his core or whatever, and that's what allows him to be reproduced. Versus, like, with Iris, I'm guessing it's kind of implied that her DNA core or her heart, you know, is destroyed, so there is no bringing her back. Like, they could make a copy of her, they could, you know, build her from scratch, but it wouldn't be the same consciousness. It wouldn't be the same Iris that Zero fell in love with. Basically, other games did it better. What, for story and stuff? Yeah, definitely. Like, this game tries to be deep. I love the idea. I would love to see them redo... Like, because they did the Maverick Hunter X, right? And I felt like they did the story, they tackled it pretty well. Like, there's some retcons, but, like, I felt like they did it really nicely. And if they had done, you know, continued that with X2, X3, X4, I would have loved to see a modern take on X4 storyline. I feel like it could be done so well and be very, very interesting and engaging. Because it really was that step away, you know, from like just being black and white. Because like X1, X2, X3, they're all just Mavericks. Like all the robots are evil, you're just beating the bad guys. That's not so much the case in X4, but they don't present it as well as they could. Thinks you are a Maverick. Zero's coming to get you, so prepare your traps and powers. Zero's coming to get me, man. He's an S-rank Maverick Hunter. There's no getting away. Shouldn't even bother. Super Sin Slayer says, kinda seems like an excuse for Iris to be destroyed for good. I mean, I don't think it's really an excuse. Because, like, they didn't have that excuse in X4. It's not in X4's storyline in that time of the game. DNA cores didn't exist. That concept doesn't exist until X6, I believe? Oh, whoops, that is the wrong tag. It's just, if you want an in-canon explanation, that's the one that makes the most sense. But it's not given to you by the designers of the game. That's just what I can come up with, based off of what I know of the universe. In X4, she just gets destroyed and she dies, and it's like, okay, why is she not coming back? As you asked. They don't give you a reason. But in canon, that would make the most sense. Yeah. Wait, what? Wasn't that the real one? Oh no, it was the other one. Whoopsie doopsies. I suppose so. Yeah, no, because like the DNA cores do not exist in X4. At the time of this game being made, that concept did not exist. Zero had been rebuilt. You know, Zero had already been rebuilt in 02, and you know, depending on whatever like story you do in 03, then he's rebuilt going into 04. But I think that's not technically canon. But yeah, like, and Sigma's been coming back again and again and again, and like they do explain it through the virus. But then they do the DNA core thing in X6, so it's kind of weird. But I think in X6 it's not supposed to be like true Sigma. The Sigma's all over the place. It's really weird with him, you know? It's like, it's supposed to be like canon that like all the refights, for example, none of those are, gosh darn it. I took that fight really bad. But yeah, in universe, the refights are never with the same Maverick. Like, I can't remember the exact storylines for like each of the X games, but they're always being rebuilt, so it's not the same consciousness. I'm pretty sure they bring that up, but I can't remember like which game does exactly. But I'm pretty sure that's a thing. And they don't, again, they don't bring up the DNA cores though. Not till X6. Oh yeah, and then, you know, the Mega Man Zero series has its own take on it, right? Yeah, what was it, 03 or whatever? Yeah, it was 03 that shows you're not like the real Zero. Because, the Zero that you're playing as in Mega Man 03, spoilers, isn't the real Zero. It's a different body. the original body is Ragnarok or whatever that got taken over by cyber elves or something. I don't know. So it's really complicated. But yeah, they say he still has the soul of Zero, and they don't say specifically if that's the DNA core, which again I don't remember where that is in like the timelines, not canon timeline, but the real life timeline of when those games were produced. So if that concept existed or not. Like, so if they're referring to DNA cores, or if they're referring to him just behaving as Zero would behave, and so that he's effectively Zero, but it might not be the same consciousness, I don't know. But either way, the way the game tackles it is, you know, you're Zero because you're doing what Zero would do. Which I guess, you know, is a fine way to go about it. I mean, is it really bad, you know, to have this identity crisis or whatever? And like, yeah, you might not have the same body, but you're doing all the same things that you would do. You know, you're effectively being the person that you would be. You are who you are, you know? That's really what it says, and I like that. I can, you know, get behind that. But what the, like, literal meaning is that it was trying to say, I don't know. Like, does he have the same, like literal, was he built the exact same way? But, like, he can't be because it is a different body, right? But, like, is it something to do with his programming? Is it the same programming? Like, it can go in so many ways. Who knows, man? Who knows? Not me. Sigma has plot armor to the extreme? Yes, he does. Super Sensei says, Mitch, no, I've yet to play 03. Oh, rip. My bad. Should have read that one a little sooner. Whoopsie doopsies. Whoopsie doopsies. Yikes. My bad! I played it on stream, and I generally talk about all the games that I play on stream at random points of time. I do apologize, I did not mean to spoil that for you. Definitely didn't mean to do that. But I did! I gotta own up. You can't be like, no, I didn't spoil it. That's, you know, I'm not, no random excuses. That's my fault, that's my bad. It's definitely my bad. I do not like spoiling things for people. When people tell me not to say things so they don't want to be spoiled, I'll listen. I will spoil something. If they tell me, if I know about it. But generally, if something's older, I'll talk about it. But if I know, then I won't. So I do apologize. That was not my intent. In short, we can all be Zero. Yeah, pretty much. And dead. I usually die to him. How old is that game? 03? I don't remember what year it came out, but it was a Game Boy Advance game. So, like, I normally don't mind talking about spoilers for older games. Like, I will talk about spoilers for old games or old movies or whatever, as long as, like, you know, they're decently old, not like, oh, it came out last year. Like, depending on how popular it is and stuff. But, like, the exception to that is if someone tells me they haven't played it and they don't want to be spoiled. Then it's just kind of a jerk move to spoil something like that, you know? If someone's like, oh hey, I really like this thing and I mean to experience it, but I haven't done so yet, would you mind not spoiling it for me? And you go, well, I'm gonna spoil it anyways because I want to. That's just kind of mean and rude and being a jerk, and I don't want to be any of those things. So I'm very, very sorry, Super Sin Slayer. I did not mean to spoil it for you. That is my bad. That is definitely my bad. Cause yeah, that's definitely, you know, unfortunate. Cause like the Zero series tries with its story. I still wouldn't say it's that good, but it definitely tries, you know, and it's interesting. And again, I feel bad because in my opinion, that's kind of the most interesting thing in the story. So definitely feel pretty bad about that. Not that big a deal, if you say so. I mean, because it's up to the individual. Like, I can definitely see how, you know, that would be a pretty big deal to some people. Crack saying, spoiler alert, at the end of Super Mario 64, Mario beats Bowser and you rescue Princess Peach. Yeah, no, man. Oh, wrong attack, wrong attack. There you go. I don't like taking damage on that first step, but we should be fine unless I do really, really bad, which is possible. I'm very rusty, but I love this boss fight. This is such a good boss fight. Oh, the cutscene I skipped was showing when Sigma first met Zero, as he was explaining to him how he was a Maverick. He was like, Sigma was a good guy. Like, it's really interesting, because like Sigma's like the bad guy in all these games, but he was a good guy. He was infected by the Maverick virus, which was inside of Zero. I mean, not that it was Zero's fault. Zero was designed that way. Zero, unfortunately, was designed to be, you know, evil. To destroy. But despite that being how he was designed, it's like not his natural personality. There are many times throughout the Zero games where Zero forgets who he is, and yet he's still a good guy. That is just how he is naturally. And he doesn't have that virus, and he doesn't have Dr. Wily, you know, specifically trying to get him to do this or that. Which is very interesting. I wonder why Wily, you know, programmed him that way. Because Zero naturally is a good guy. I wonder how that came to be. I guess Wily did want him to be, you know, top of the line. So he wanted him to, you know, be able to think on his own and stuff. It's very interesting to me. You know, Wily's an evil guy, so how it works out like that. I don't know. I mean, Wily may be evil, but if he's one thing, it's definitely a good designer of robots and Reploids. Or I guess just robots. Technically, Zero is not a Reploid. Though he does self-identify as a Reploid. Which is a very interesting thing to talk about, but I think more people can understand in 2018, right? Because it's like from an extreme technicality, Zero is not a Reploid. A Reploid is a robot based off of X's design, which Zero is not. I need to heal. Give me that. But yeah, I believe Zero was being produced way before... Or yeah, I don't even know if Wily ever even knew Mega Man X was being designed. That was ever a thing. He was designed to be better than, you know, the original Mega Man. But, you know, Zero is very similar to the Reploids in a lot of ways. Not every way, but in a lot of ways. The way that people and other Reploids... Oh, whoops! I haven't killed the other one. I was already celebrating a little too early. I should probably get that other, yeah, we'll need that. Celebrate a little too early there, Vince. Not dead yet. Yeah, the way that people perceive X and Zero, because, you know, they don't know any better. They are like Reploids, and it's a good explanation for the type of machines that they are. So they themselves do call themselves Reploids. Like, X calls himself a Reploid, Zero calls himself a Reploid. So you'll see it in trivia all the time. People come up, actually, and they'll, you know, push up their glasses. Not trying to be mean to anybody, it's just a very funny thing in animes that I watch. They'll push up their glasses and be like, actually! And yeah, that's Split. Oh, whoops, I didn't do the boss for Split. I'm terrible. Hey, yo! I did, wait. Yeah, that looks better for me. Oh wait, that's not Split! I forgot, you have to walk over here. I thought it was through the door. That's the Split. I'm kind of rusty. But yeah, for 2025, I'll take it. Yeah, people push up their glasses and tell you they're not Reploids. They do self-identify as Reploids. Gave him sentience and Zero used it for good? Yeah, he did. Zero's made by Wily to destroy Light's creations, right? Yeah, he was. Just that never ended up happening. Yeah, he was out of Wily's control. So that's why he put him away. Yeah, there he is. But yeah, that was him when he was controlled, and yeah, he's...
So, this is what happened to me.
You
This
bodied
was my
Sigma.
fate. I couldn't save anyone after all. Iris!
Please stop, brother. Zero.
Iris. out to be Mavericks after all.
Like that line, right? Like, I can't take it seriously at all. He's like, us Reploids, did we turn out to be Mavericks after all? Like, that's the whole question of the game. That's what they were going for. It's such a good idea. But again, the delivery, the theming is garbage. Because I like that idea, you know? Are these Reploids, like, without the Maverick virus, are all Reploids essentially just Mavericks? Because they have this, you know, free will, and they can choose to do things that they want to do that isn't in humanity's, like, you know, in their favor, in their advantage. I can't think of the proper word right now. But yeah, take, like, what's his face? Magma Dragoon, for example. He did not have the virus. He saw how powerful X and Zero was and wanted to become as powerful as they were. Sigma told him he could give him that power, so he teamed up with Sigma. Didn't get what he was told he was going to get. But yeah, he teamed up with Sigma of his own free will. He chose to be Maverick. And so when Zero's asking that question, you know, because, like, you know, he's beating himself pretty hard because he killed his girlfriend who he loves, which, you know, in his mind is a Maverick thing to do, to kill someone that you love. And so, and just looking at all of this, the Repliforce and everything, like, are we all just Mavericks? Again, delivery is garbage, but the idea is so real and good, man. It's amazing. If they remade this game, dude, today, I know they could do amazing stuff with it. I know they could tell a good story. I know they could do such a better job with the dialogue and delivery. And let's see, Zero had to be stored away, yup. Is it ever said that Wily didn't steal the plans for X? I don't think it's outright said, but it's implied pretty heavily. Like, first off, they do have different designs, you know, with the Z Buster and the Z Saber. Like, because the Z Buster, while being similar to the X Buster, is completely different in design. Is based a lot closer off of Base's Buster, which, to be fair, Base's Buster is inspired by X's Buster, or not X, but classic Mega Man's Buster for sure, yes. But the design for Zero's was based off of that, and those improvements were made in its own field that had literally nothing to do with X. It is completely different and functions completely differently. Same thing with the Z Saber. And again, he had Zero in his mind before he had ever heard of X. So I believe they are designed completely differently. They have similarities, because if you think about it, it depends on whatever storylines, but in a lot of storylines, Dr. Light and Dr. Wily, like, they went to the same school, they worked together, they were, you know, teammates. Like, so they have a lot of the same ideas, so to develop X and Zero, despite neither of them knowing about the other one, isn't that far-fetched. You know, I should play X Challenge? And actually, they're not Reploids. Oh, thanks, Sonura. That emote's perfect. Oh, man. Oh, I can't leave this. Oh, the battle has ended, but for some reason, Zero's memories of the past continue to haunt his mind. As a hunter, it is his duty to go after those Mavericks. At the same time, he knows that it is his destiny to defeat his friend one day. Two different people, two different fates. In the future, Zero's decision will lead two great hunters to tragedy. The future is coming. Like, I don't like that very much. You know, like, it's saying it's fated that he has to fight Mega Man X. Because, like, when you do Mega Man X storyline, he himself feels like one day he has to go Maverick. He's like, Zero, if I ever go Maverick, you have to defeat me. And Zero's like, no! What are you doing, X? That'll never happen! Or something like that. Again, the dialogue's, like, really poorly delivered. But I like the concept, but not that exact idea. You know, I get, like, X's fear for going Maverick feels very real to me. But the fact that X and Zero are fated to fight each other, like, it makes sense, you know, because one's made by Light, one's from Wily. They have the kind of rivalry from X1 or whatever. But, like, there's no real reason for that going from X2 to X3 and then within X4 itself. There's no real reason they have to fight each other. Because, like, X is like, oh no, what if I go Maverick? But it's like the same thing, like, one day Zero could go Maverick. So I guess with that being in mind, then yeah, they are one day fated to fight or whatever, but the presentation isn't the best. I feel like they really could have done a better job at, like, telling that story. Still a very fun game, though. I love it very much, and I love the concept. But I still got 30 minutes left to stream, so yeah, let's, I guess I'll do that. I'll do, the X challenge. Let's mess around in there for a little bit. Yeah, man, I'm not trying to end stream early. It's been like 8 days since I last streamed. That's way too long. But yeah, I haven't done this in a while, so this will probably be mostly bad. Oh yeah, but the screen size is different for this. And it is not showing up. Come on, video game, where you at? I will try to bring it up. Give me just a second. Yeah, window capture. Let's do Mega Man X. Here it is. If you could scoot down so you don't cover my other things, that would be nice. Could you be full size? I'd like you to be full size. There we go, much better. Alright, stage 3 I haven't beaten yet. Kinda wish the whole X and Zero plot point wasn't a part of the series. I mean, like, I don't dislike that. I really, you know, it's... Like, the idea is sound, you know, to have this rivalry between the two of them. To have, like, a brotherly, rivalry. Because, like, you can be brothers, right? Without being literal blood brothers. Like, because they are brothers, effectively, you know? They both have, you know, they've gone through all these things together. They're so close. Like, it makes sense. Oh, man, my buttons are not the right buttons. I am not shooting. I am switching weapons with the wrong button. This is no good. What is going on? Alright, yeah, give me that. Jump, dash. Yeah, the special weapon, let's have that be this, I guess? Yeah, that should be that. That should be this. Perfect. You should be good now, I think. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I don't know what was going on with my buttons, man. They were all over the place, though. But yeah, I feel like they needed to do a better job at it. Because, like, as I was just complaining about for X4, like, it's not set up well in any sort of way. But, like, they should have done that. Like, again, I get it. They didn't want to fill the game with cutscenes or dialogue or whatever, even though they take that direction in, like, X7, X8. But yeah, no, like, if you were going to have this, like, deep story, you know, let's really show how worried X is about going Maverick. Which is funny, because it's Zero the one that, like, has the virus in him. But yeah, if X really struggles with that, you know, let's see them talk about it. Have those conversations between X and Zero. And, like, even if, you know, again, he doesn't happen to ever go Maverick, that conversation would still be a real one, you know? If they don't understand how the Maverick virus works, they feel like every robot will eventually one day go Maverick. Because they have no handle on this, outbreak. Then yeah, either X is gonna go Maverick or Zero is gonna go Maverick. One of them is. And they're both Maverick hunters. So effectively, yeah, one of them would have to take down the other one because they are the strongest Maverick hunters. You're not gonna send in Green Biker Dude to take down Zero. It's not gonna work. Green Biker Dude's not gonna beat Zero. It's not a thing. So yeah, it would be fated, but you don't see that conversation. You don't see that dilemma. It's just kind of something they tag on at the end. Yo, Cyclone, how are you doing, buddy? Been expecting me? Yeah, no, man. I've been gone for 8 days, but I exist again. I am not doing too good a job this fight, but I sure am trying. Alright, that's one of them down. What weapons do I have? I wasn't even paying attention to that. I think it just gave me random weapons. Rest in peace, Green Biker Dude. Exactly, man. When you send him in to fight Zero, yo, he will explode for sure. I promise you. 'Cause that's the thing, right? Like, depending on like the game and canons, like the only S-rank Maverick hunters are these two. I think Vile might have been an S-rank hunter in some of the other storylines. Wait, was he? No, I'm not too sure. I think he might have always been a mercenary. Because I know he wasn't always a Maverick, but I don't know if he was ever a Maverick hunter. I'm not too sure about that. But I mean, he's at that fighting level, but you get what I mean. Like, if X and Zero aren't the one, like, who else would it be, right? Like, there was Sigma, there was, but he's been gone. And yeah, they've never had a, like, you know, super good robot, or excuse me, Reploid. They've never had a super good Reploid like that since. You get X, Zero, and Sigma. And yeah, I don't think, like, maybe someone would try to argue Axel, but I don't think story canon-wise, Axel has ever been on the level of X or Zero, not X7 or X8. 2% Slayer says, I don't dislike the idea of X and Zero having the drama and interesting character exploration, but I'd also like to see X and Zero continue to be friends by the series ends. Yeah, for sure. Definitely, definitely. It just makes more sense. But I mean, to be fair, they are always friends through X1 through X8. Like, yeah, they have their fated fight in, what's the game? X5? Yeah, in X5 they have their fated fight, but it feels super forced. It feels really bad. Because, you know, it's another, like, Reploforce situation, where, like, X is like, Zero, you have to come in with me! And Zero's like, no, X, I can't do this. I have to stop Sigma. But Zero, if you won't come in with me, then you could be a Maverick. You have to trust me, X. Do you trust me? Yeah, I trust you, Zero, but I have to do this. Alright, X. Let's fight. You know, like, that's how it goes. I mean, there's another, like, depending on, like, the choices you make, like, Zero is actually, like, insane with, like, Maverick powers. But it's, like, kind of something else, but he's essentially Maverick. But yeah, no, like, it's really dumb, like, canon-wise. Canon-wise, it makes no sense. It's like, legit, if X, like, really believes Zero isn't a Maverick, then it's like, it's that simple. They don't have to fight. And the thing is he's not a Maverick. Like, he's not, and they tell you in the cutscenes that, like, he can't be affected by the virus, which is why everyone's, like, super weird about it. But yeah, there's literally no reason for them to fight. Especially with the dialogue that's given. It doesn't make any sense. Like, the only way for it to make sense for X to fight Zero is that X doesn't trust or believe Zero. You know, it'd be one thing if he's like, you know, I trust you, you know, you are the Reploid, you know, that I've known for all these years, but Zero, I don't think you understand what's happening to you right now with this Maverick virus. Do you understand what's going on with your design? Do you know who built you? You know, if he asks those questions, if he presents it in that way, and then Zero would, you know, have to say, no, I don't know, I don't understand. I just, you know, this is just how I feel. And then I think Zero could be understanding of that. But yeah, they don't present it like that. Just like, I believe you, Zero, but we must fight. Doesn't make any sense. The concept, it's there, but the delivery is pretty awful. Oh my goodness. How am I supposed to dodge these attacks? And Cyclone was saying, get good, and so I get to move in 3 days. Here's the downside. The cable company owning the infrastructure for my new home knows I have no choice but to have to wait for them and is trying to make me wait until October 22nd to get service. That is awful. What kind of service is that? They don't expect to be paid for that, do they? That's ridiculous. Crack says, I kind of get the impression that Capcom created far too much for them to handle and keep up with. I mean, I don't think it's that. I think it's the fact that the games were made in, like, months. They were just strapped together very quickly. Like, that's what the problem is. You know? It's like, they should have done one of two things. One, they should have been like, okay, we want to create a good and interesting story for Mega Man and Zero. And so they do that. They put in the time. They get the you know, the story writers, hire some new people, or, you know, they really push, I don't know, whoever was doing the story for the other games to do that. Or B, they realize they don't have the time and resources to do this story because they want to shoot out this game as fast as possible, and they just cut out those elements because they would only detract from, you know, the overall flow of the game. But they tried to have their cake and eat it too, and it blew up in their face. How do I equip these different weapons? Because nope, that is not the right button. It is not the right button. It said B, and I was thinking the B button press of a Super Nintendo controller, but I guess it was thinking more like Xbox. So yeah, I pressed what would be the B button, but on the Xbox would be the A button. Whoopsie doopsies. Yeah, no, let's exit out of that. Yes, back to stage select, please. I want to switch my weapons around. Alright, so what do we got? Oh yeah, I don't know what the last two are weak to. I know one of them's weak to, yeah, the Ray Splasher. Spark Mandrill's weak to ice, and Bubble Crab's weak to the spin wheel. I mean, I can completely shut down Spark Mandrill with Shotgun Ice. I think that's worth. And then what about Cyber Peacock? Are you weak to any of these things? I don't know that he is. Because I know, like, with Zero, it's the... what's that fire sword attack called? Ryu something? I used to know the name, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. He's gotta be weak to something. It's not Acid Splasher, because that's Rhino. Or I could just focus on Rhino. But no, the other one has more, like, stun lock potential. I'll just try Soul Body. Wait, Mandrill? Oh, okay, it's just telling me about random stuff. Could Soul Body be his weakness? What is Soul Body's weakness? I don't know. Ray Splasher beats Beetle. And Wing Spiral. That's not this game, is it? That's X4, right? Yeah, it has to be that one, I think. And then yeah, we'll do the Ray Splasher for the last guy. Ryu Engine. Yeah, there we go. Ryu Engine. There should be a Z challenge. That would be cool. I do enjoy playing as Zero as well, but either way, works for me. I mean, X is in X1 through, like, X4, so it works a little bit better with him. Or I guess X through X6? Yeah, they use the X6 bosses too. Alright, what do I need? Shotgun Ice? Press the wrong button, thanks. This is really weird to control. Let me tell you. Oh, my charge shot deals knockback to Spark Mandrill. That's interesting. Yeah, let's try to focus him down first if we can. To make things easier. There we go. Alright, that's him down. Okay, there you go, buddy. You do those jumps. Yeah, I can't influence his AI if he's, like, getting hit. No, I went over him that time too, and he didn't jump. He's supposed to jump every time you go over him. I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, me. Let's see, Cyclone was saying, when I found out, I told my ISP to tell them I expect free installation if they don't want to meet the customer's needs. It had already escalated my request before even asking me. According to the person I spoke to, this was the longest delay they'd ever seen. Okay, well that's good then. In any case, if you don't see me for 3 weeks, that's why. Yeah, no, they better give you free installation for that kind of time. That's, you know, that's the least you could ask for. That is not asking for much. IMO. I do not think I could live with that. I mean, I did when I lived in Melbourne, but it wasn't like literally, you know, the internet people not coming in or whatever. Like, I lived in an apartment complex in the city business district. And when I went there, you know, I'm trying to figure out what I need to do to get my internet. And at first, the person there, the building manager, is like, yeah, you know, if you hook up your Ethernet cord, it should be fine, but, you know, you should get it with us or whatever. And I'm like, no, I don't want to buy your random building manager internet. I want to get it from, like, an actual company, thank you. But yeah, so, you know, I'm doing that, and it's not working. And he's telling me it should, so then I talked to the people I'm buying the internet from. I can't remember the name of the company. Let's call it Verizon. It wasn't Verizon, but let's say it was Verizon. So I call Verizon, and you know, they're like, yeah, nah, something's wrong with your building manager, we'd have to go into the building to fix it. I'm like, oh, okay then. So then, yeah, I tell the building manager that. He's like, oh yeah, that's not a problem. You know, they just need to go do that. And then, you know, time passes, nothing's happening, and, you know, I call Verizon again. I'm like, hey, what's going on? And they're like, yeah, the building manager won't let us in. So, you know, we can't give you your internet until, you know, the building manager lets our guy come in and take care of things. So, yeah, I talked to the building manager again, and he's like, oh, it's all Verizon's fault. You know, it's all hooked up properly. They don't know what they're doing. You should just buy our internet. I'm like, no, I don't want to buy your stupid building manager internet. Just get this done. And yeah, what I ended up doing is I snuck the guy into the building, and he checked it out. It's like, yeah, and he had the cords, and it was like, yeah, no, none of this is hooked up right. And so he did it. He hooked it up, and then finally I was able to get internet. But oh my goodness, it was such a process. That took a couple of weeks, man. That was dumb. I hate having to deal with dumb people. But the building manager just wanted to take advantage of me. That's all that was. You know, Verizon were trying to do what they, you know, do for their business. They're just being stopped by this stupid building manager. Which wasn't the first time he's tried to, like, con money out of me. Never let him do it, but it didn't stop him from trying. Boy, did he try. Gosh darn it, Tunnel Rhino, would you go do something, man? Constantly flying in my way. Alright. That guy's down. This should make this easier. Still a pretty slow fight, though. That company wants to charge more for slowest service under contracts. Yeah, that's pretty dumb. Let's call it Comcast. Yeah, Comcast is legit. And Vinks, what you went through is illegal here, and that's why I'm standing up the owners of infrastructure. Let's call them dumbnuts. No. When I was living in Melbourne CBD in Australia, that's illegal there too. It sure is. And that's why I didn't care about, just letting the guy in. If the guy really wanted to take me to court, I would take him, which I challenged him on other things. Like, I can't tell you the sheer number of people that were trying to do illegal things to get money from me. It's ridiculous. That's just how the city is, man. There's like everybody there, like first off, I'm a foreigner. You know, you can tell just by looking at me. I don't look Australian. But, and you know, I look very young. Like, obviously I was younger back then, but even then, you know, I was still like, I don't know, 25 at the time, I think. And so I look really young, so people would try to take advantage of me. And then also, my ex-girlfriend who I lived with at the time, like, she also was very young. And, you know, we'd never lived, like, in the city before. There were just so many people trying to take advantage of me. You know, all these building managers and, what's it called? Because you have, like, there's the actual apartment manager, and then there's the people that were, like, renting the apartment from, because, like, it's his apartment complex, but we didn't rent the apartment from him. It was, like, it's not, like, a realtor, but it's something like that. I can't remember what it's called. But, like, we would have to deal with them, and they would try to, like, you know, extort all this money from me. It's just a long list of people that want to extort money from me. And every single time, man, because, like, I was new to this kind of stuff, you know? Because, like, I lived on my own before, but I was living on my own in a different country, and, like, I didn't have as many resources to fall back on. I'm just gonna take the death here because I have such little HP. But yeah, I did do so many things. Like, I would pull open these contracts and look up laws, and I'm just reading these really, really long things. I had to know my rights. I had to know my rights to take care of myself. Didn't have much of a choice there. Alright, so the ray splasher is what you want, Mr. Davis. Alright, what's the button? There's the button. This is ridiculous. They control way too much space just standing there, and if that dude grabs me, I'm stuck in the attack. I can't do anything. That is ridiculous, dude. That would have worked in the other game. Cause yeah, like, I can't help but to heal the other guy. I don't have a choice. He just has a field of healing. He's taking so much damage. I don't think I'm gonna win this fight. Not so much. Yeah, no, I have no HP. Oh, that's the first one done, but I've never done the fight with Doppler without the Zero Saber before. I have no idea how hard it is, or what I need to do. I mean, I know I need to not heal him, but outside of that... Maybe there's some more heals for him. How did that not deal damage? Oh, ah, gosh darn it. I'm just gonna keep hitting them with full, man, using my charge attack that deals multiple hits. That's bad, man. Oh, he can't take damage in that, really? That's bogus. My fight seems simple enough, but I gotta make no mistakes for a very long portion of time. You thought I was from Australia? Yeah, that's cool, man. I mean, I had lived there for quite a few years, so it's not very far-fetched to think that. Get good? I'm trying. No, I don't want to heal you. Sheesh. Alright, yeah, this fight's actually pretty simple. Pretty simple fight. Really hard to deal damage to him and not heal, though. He's healing all the time. He has so many frames of invulnerability. But yeah, you can knock me out in one shot. Feels bad, man. Yeah, because I have to shoot just somewhere on the screen and he'll do the heal effect. As long as I don't hit him while that thing is there, then we're good to go. Hopefully he doesn't like switch his pattern like at some random point. I don't know if he does that. Some bosses do. They get to a certain health and then they start doing different attacks and different patterns. If he catches me off guard, I'll die for sure. But if he doesn't do that, I'll probably win the fight. Man, I wish this did more damage. No, no. But yeah, living in Australia is definitely a learning experience, I can tell you that. I'm not used to, like I'd never read a contract before. Oh, I hit him too early. I'd never read a contract before I lived in Australia. You know, every time I did things like terms and conditions, I just hit, okay. I mean, I still do that nowadays, but like, that's just like video games and stuff. It doesn't matter for anything, but like, at least for, you know, my apartment, kind of more important, all the deals that I'm signing over with all these people. Those like important stuff I had to know about. Yep, hit him too early again, gosh darn it. Yeah, we're getting there, man. We're getting there. Don't hit him early. be good. Don't hit him early. The heal effects. And he's done. We did it. Ah, jeez, that took a minute. That definitely took a while, but we got him, man. We got him. Oh, geez. Fantastic. Nice! I didn't think it would be that easy to do that. I mean, it was difficult to a degree, but... Like, Stage 2 took me a while. Stage 3, I'm pretty sure this is my first real attempt on it. Got good? Yo, we take those, man. Definitely take those. Yo, uploading score? Yo, let's check that leaderboard. Where am I at? Which button's supposed to be the Y button? It says I can check the leaderboard with the Y button, but... No. No! None of these buttons correspond to what the game is saying. Yeah, but what about the leaderboard, though? That's just my score. There it is. Jeez. It took me a bit. Alright, so my rank... Yeah, that's number 1 at 52,000. My rank is... no rank? What? How do I... Oh, that's hard. No, don't be on hard difficulty. Be on normal difficulty. How do I fix that? It says press Y to change the difficulty. How do you change it back? Gosh, start it. Ah, no, don't open up Steam. I don't care about paparazzi Spanish. He's a cool guy or whatever, but no. You were just there, top 700? I'll take it. I'll take it. I don't know what the details were, but that's good enough for me. But yo, it's 11:59 now. That's 1 minute from when I normally end stream. So I'll go ahead and end stream here. But yo, much love to everybody who came by. I'll definitely be doing some more Mega Man tomorrow. I'll probably do some classic Mega Man, because Mega Man 11's coming out on Tuesday. So I think some classic Mega Man would be a good way to work up to that. I'm not sure which ones I'll play, because I'll probably do a lot of them. But, or at least a few. But yeah, we'll do some more Mega Man tomorrow to, like, get ready for Mega Man 11, because I'm so excited for that game. I really want to play it. But, for now, I need to find someone to host. Let's see if there's any cool people on, though. But yeah, for everyone that came by, thank you so much. You guys are so awesome. I'm glad you're having fun here, that you enjoy the stream, that you want to be here. It's pretty sweet. Definitely hit that follow button if you want to see the stream again. The follow button's good for that. Yo, my little sister is on. She is not streaming Mega Man. It is very unfortunate. But she is my little sister, so I am obligated by blood to host her. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. If you can show some love show some love her way, I would appreciate that. But if you can't, that's fine too. Either way, I'm gonna be getting some sleep. So thanks for coming by, everyone. Hopefully I'll see some of you tomorrow. Let's play some more Mega Man. Mega Man 11 hype coming out soon. It's gonna be great, man. Unless it's not. But yeah, no. It'll be fine, right? Even though it's the first Capcom made since like Mega Man Powered Up, which I think was like 2006, and it's been like 12 years. Nah, they're Capcom, even though a lot of the original devs aren't there. It'll be great. Don't have doubts, Sphinx. You saw the demo. The demo looked amazing. Excuse me. I'll see you later. You're late, Torka? Yeah, a little bit late. I'm kind of in the stream. But have a good night, man. Peace.